Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to another video. For the scent of the day, I still have this in my wax melt warmer, and it is the Honey Lavender Gelato Melt. And secondly, I have this little incense cone going, and it is Sandalwood Spice. If you're new around here, consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you will never miss anything interesting. And I also do upload every single day on Instagram and Reddit, so if you like new daily updated content, be sure to go follow me over on there. For today's video, what we're gonna do is we're gonna learn how to pick a foundation shade. And this is gonna be very thorough, so if you've never tried to pick your own foundation shade before, this should definitely be able to help you. We're gonna deep dive into the entire process from start to finish. So if you're excited to get back to basics with me, then let's get started. Now, before you even consider foundation, there are 3 things that you have to be concerned about when it comes to foundation. The first thing is your skin type. The second thing is your skin tone. And the third thing is your undertone. So the first thing we're going to talk about is your skin type. So the first thing that you need to know is what type of skin that you have. And there's a variety of different skin types. You can have dry skin, oily skin, combination skin. You can have normal skin. It all just depends upon you and what you have. So first and foremost, you need to figure out what type that you have. After you figure out your skin type, then you can kind of get to thinking about what kind of foundation formula that you want to try. If you have oily skin, you might want to try a matte type of foundation formula. And if you have dry skin, you might want to try a hydrating type of foundation formula. If you sit right in between skin types, there are definitely finishes that complement those skin types as well. And as you are thinking about the type of foundation you want, you also want to think about what kind of coverage you want. So foundation ranges from sheer coverage all the way to heavy full coverage. So depending upon how much you actually want to cover up on your face is how much of a coverage level that you want to get. And the last thing before we move on, the next 2 aspects of searching for your right foundation, you want to start thinking of brands that you might want to buy from. And I suggest purchasing from a brand that offers a wide selection of shades for you to choose from. Now for the next rule, you need to know your skin tone. And to me, this is the easiest one because all you have to do is look in the mirror. Your skin tone is exactly the color of your skin that you see when you look in the mirror. So you can be fair, you can be light, you can be medium, you can be tan, you can be deep, and you can be dark, or anywhere in between. But in order to find a good matching foundation, you should really know which range that you fall into. And now the last rule, and this is the most perplexing of all foundation shade matching, and this is your undertone. If you are blind, now would be the time to go to a beauty counter and to have them shade match you and get your proper undertone identified by a professional. But if you're not blind, it's just as simple as looking at your wrist. If you look at the interior of your wrist, there's little veins on your wrist right here, and this will tell you what your undertone is. So if you look at your veins and they're bright blue or purple, that means you have a cool undertone. But if you look at your veins and they show up green, that means you have a warm undertone. And if you're looking and you're kind of thinking they look kind of blue and kind of green, that means you have a neutral undertone. So now we have our 3 things that we need to pick our foundation. We have our skin type, our skin tone, and our undertone. So now we're ready to pick our foundation. And I just grabbed 3 from my collection right here, and I suggest picking 3 from the undertone color family that you may think will fit. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna swatch each foundation on the interior of your wrist. The reason why I like to swatch it on the interior of my wrist for shade matching is because I find the skin on my wrist most closely matches the color of my face. Okay, so as you can see, I swatched all 3 shades on my wrist, and you can see that they're very blatantly different colors. However, they're all in the same color family. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at these swatches, and I'm gonna pick the one that most resembles my skin tone based on these swatches. Now for the last part of this video, the last topic I did want to tackle is called online foundation shopping. Now, with the growth of the online marketplace and the expansion of shade ranges in so many different companies, it's safe to say that shopping for foundation online can be a very difficult task. But I'm going to give you some tips to make it as easy as possible. The first thing that you should know is that online foundation shopping consists entirely of knowing your skin tone and undertone. So as long as you know those 2 things, you're more apt to find your correct foundation shade the first time, every time. So what I like to do is when I find a foundation that I'm interested in, the first thing that I do is I go to the brand site and I search online for live swatches of that foundation. And I'm going to insert a picture right here of what I mean by live swatches. It just means that they're not computer generated and the brand actually took the time to swatch out each shade one by one. So the first thing I do is I start with my undertone and I look at all the shades in my specific undertone that match. And then based upon that small grouping of shades, I pick the correct shade based on my skin tone from that small family. I have never had an issue shopping for foundation online by using this method, and has always guided me towards my correct shade. So definitely remember, you need to know your skin type, you need to know your skin tone, and you need to know your undertone. And if you have any further questions about any of the stuff that we talked about today, please leave me a comment down below and I will definitely answer your questions. Or if you would like to talk about more privately, don't hesitate to send me a message and then we can discuss anything about matching or makeup, anything that you need to know. With that, that is all I have for you today. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you didn't like this video, hit the thumbs down button. And until next time,